Today is July 3rd. The stock market is closed. July 4th is tomorrow, long weekend. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to go over, I call it low float pump spiker stocks. I mean, not necessarily all these stocks are low float, to a T, but I'm going to go down this list I have, which is a ton. So it's on my time, it's almost 4 o'clock Eastern, and I'm going to go over these stocks and we'll see if we can look at the daily chart and see what's going to happen next in these stocks. So let's do it. All right, here's Solo. Now, electric vehicle space has been on fire lately. This stock spiked recent IPO back in recent 2019. This had a massive spike February all the way up to 550 plus. Then formed a tight channel down, and it got washed down with March with the coronavirus. All the stocks got flattened, and that's coming up now. Ever since May and June, it is putting in higher lows right here. Look at this, and look at the volume on Friday or Thursday, 129 million, and then all the volume days have been up. They've been very strong days. So this space, this area has been on fire. It's had a move back on June 8th, 250, then came all the way back down, and now it's back up again. And so we see the daily here. We have here, what do we got here? 356. So what's your next line? If you're going by quarter lines, don't make it too complicated. 375, 4. 4 is definitely resistance here. 455, and then we get all the way up to 550 plus. Can this get there? I believe it can. You go to the weekly. Weekly just at 350. And then you can see these big candles here in the weekly. So you have 550 and you have 450. And the weekly is still getting started on stochastics. This is room to run. It's not oversold yet. So this space, you go here, the industry, and this is auto manufacturers. So this will continue to rise, I believe. Tesla's on fire too. So look for this to keep going. So that is it for Solo. Just have a float here. I'm on TC2000, they don't list it. Sometimes TC2000 does not list the floats for whatever reason. I don't know. All right, let's get back here. Let me close this out. And we have KTOV, penny stock, 93 cents. Pharmaceutical Holdings. This is a former spiker. You can see these spikes. This is a trash stock. Trash stocks usually keep going down, and we will reverse split. So this is at 3, came down back in January 19. And this is a broadening wedge. When you see this, you have a candle here to the high and then low, a big gap in between. It is a big move. So this could easily drop down, go up. Now this had a move back in June 22nd. This is a filled candle. Didn't really hold its gains. So then the next few days it bounced back up. So these are very volatile stocks. It's hard to hold these overnight. You would have to really, get in very low and take a shot on these, or else you could be down like 50 cents a dollar like that. So this is still very volatile. This could go up to here. I think this will test again probably 130, 140. But be careful here. Tugging near this dollar level, I would watch, let's say 80 cents here, because that's a 20 EMA, maybe even 75 cents. So still has good potential. NXTD, this is another, look at these stocks. This has been going down ever since all the way back in January 18. Look at that. Spiked up as high as 850. Then this had a great line, 44 million. Did it back in May too. This doesn't hold its gains very well though. On this one, I would look for still $1. That would be my target range, and maybe it'll come back down. So keep that on watch. And right here, this could fall back as low as 50 cents. So watch that. All right, here's Fran. This had the big spike on Thursday, 42 million. Didn't hold though. Look at this here, all pre-market. A lot of these low float stocks, they will spike pre-market and then fade. A lot of them don't hold very well. It really depends on the stock. You got to look at each stock individually. So this came all the way down. This was high as, I remember this, 22. This was an incredible move back in before January 2020. So this is still rising up here. The lows getting higher. At 495 here. This one, I would look at, let me draw a line here. So this is your bottom of your line. I would say here, this could go as low as 350. This could go test this trend line again. Right there, see that? We come all the way back. It's known to do these moves and fall back. So I would watch that. And then on the high side, if this really gets going again, you have that 8 mark, and then about, what's the high here? 873, look for that. And then you have, of course, 10 right here, because you had the wash down, so I'd watch that area. AEZS, this is really junk stock. This went all the way to 50 cents to 120. Fade it down, they got down again, 38 cents. I have no interest in this, too low. FSL. This has been a mover since January 2020, and this line 275 has been keyed. Look at this right here, back down here, 3, but then really drop back down. 3 again, or 275, back down to almost 1, and then this climbed as high as 342, came back down. But the low's getting higher here, so that's a good sign. Draw this out here. This is coming up again. It looks like a retest of 275 again, so I would look for that again. So that's a very key area. If it gets over that, 3, 4. On the low end, I would watch 175. SRNE, just had a massive descending triangle. So the high is getting lower, but the low pretty much stays at about that 150 mark. It's had a huge spike up to 10. I remember that. And then fell all the way back down to like 4. Climbing back up, it's at 685. I mean, this could go anywhere. You have that high now, 10 again. I would watch a low anywhere from like 4 to 550. Depends. It could really crash hard. Watch that. BNGO. Draw a line here. So there's your bottom support. Yeah, 50 cents. This is a penny stock. I would look over 60 now. That's my new line. And the line is this candle right here. See that? That's a high candle. So you have one here, cluster. So it's in this range here. It's getting tighter. The low's getting higher. So you notice that in the daily chart. All these penny stocks, look at your daily chart first. That is the key. And these are very tough to trade. So you really got to get a point of reference. So that's for that. If this breaks over 60, it can go anywhere from like 70 to $1. AYRO, 18 million on Thursday, nice move. 250. There's a cross before. This could get back up to 6. This is a many spikes. Look at this spike and spikes and it comes back down. So we'll see. VXRT. This had to move all the way to 1430, then came back very far away from 13. Nice, so watch that. This could come all the way wash down to 5. So just keep that in mind. And then you have your high again. This could test that back up there. CTRM, no interest, real penny stock. XERS, it's had a big gap down. And then it's at 250 or 279. This gets really oversold. This is any kind of news momentum. This could go back to 4. It can even fill this gap. So it's done this before. It's made moves. You can see here it's been in this wedge down. So we'll see here. XELA. This one as high as 80 cents. It came back to 39 cents. No real. It's kind of penny stock unless it's really looking like a good chart. Didn't like it there. BIOC, no real interest. 66 cents with that. JAKK. This is at 78 cents. This could test back to $1 plus. No interest in that. SUNW. This had a move on Wednesday. Inside day here. See this? Lower volume equals inside day. Higher volume, that is a first day spike. This has a nice lower highs right here, 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 here. You're getting higher ever since 30 cents. So this has been a nice move. So this is your point now. It's a 60 cents. You'd only go lower and then look for the dollar roll again. VISL all the way back to 57 cents. This was near $1.50. This could spike at any time. This could do one of these moves. I would watch. You don't want it to go lower here than 50 cents, and then watch for the move above right there. AMPE. Yeah, it's a very choppy chart. I would watch maybe the test near this 80 cents again. IBIO. Got as high as 275, came back to 2. Rolling it over here. Look for this line. If it stays above this line, you're good 150. No interest in these stocks. NOVN. This has a channel down, a big gap. It looked like you wanted to break here, but didn't do it yet. Still hugging this line, like this 50-cent line. We'll see if this spikes again. Very oversold here. Might get a spike. NAKD. Here's your line again. Lower, lower. So the low is getting higher each time. I think we spiked up to 125 plus. I would watch that. Very oversold. This could spike. Any news? This is AYTU. It's in this channel for about 225 or 25 cents. Don't really like it here. SNSS. Penny stock, 29 cents. No interest. WTRH. Now this was a former spiker. This made a huge spike all the way up to 375. Then this came back up, 350. And this is putting in, the lows are getting higher each time right here. That 292 near 3. We'll see if this gets another spike near 325. So watch that. TLRD. I talked about this one coming out of the wedge. Tight wedge. Eventually came out, but it did make a nice move, the dollar, all the way up to 245. But I thought this was going to steadily keep going. Really faded here, so don't really like it here. The chart is getting way choppy. TXMD. 125. Looks towards maybe 150. Here's Mark. Here's another falling wedge. Look at that. Stay wide. Tighter, tighter, tighter. And look at this explosion over 50 cents. This one is high as 350. And then right here you have 221. Looks like it held. Now this is, you form a line here. It's ascending triangle. This could come up here. I think we get another spike up. So watch that. AVGR. This is a penny stock. No interest. No interest in that. Hexo. Maybe this could spike to $1 again. We'll see. XSPA. Even a long channel down. Had this nice spike beginning of June. It's really fading. Very oversold. If it fills back down this gap, it could go as low as 330. But we'll see on that. If it spikes up, you know, it could spike way above this 450 level. HTBX 114, your low is 47. It's caught in between. Don't really have interest in that one. OGen, very choppy chart, no interest. Boozy, look at a 125 or 150 to 285. This is another falling wedge. This one's holding up well. Looks like this 3 mark is resistance, so watch it. BCRX, big gap here to fill. One as high as 6 plus, came all the way back, retested. See this? This is support now. Once this was resistance, So you couldn't get over it all these times. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clusters. Then it came, look, it came back down, pretty much held. It went a little bit below. It's not going to be exact, but that was support, and then it broke up. So this is interesting here, that move. INPX, no real interest here. It's fading. No interest in that. NBAX, it's been on 81.64. The stock was like $5. If you put like 500, 1,000, and you're like, let me see if you put $1,000 times 5, 1,000 times 5, and you sold to say 76. It was like $76,000. So to me, you can catch one of these. Maybe put a few bucks in there if you have it. And with the coronavirus, all these stocks are going up incredibly. This could go anywhere. Who knows? I mean, with the news, this could keep going. You know, it could come back and test these like 65 levels. We'll see. No interest in that. This could spike up there to 70 cents. Ship, no. No interest in that. No interest in that. UAVS, this was, I think they do handle drones. Looked like 150 was a mark. It's like fading here. Very oversold. It could spike up again. I would expect a spike. SCON, maybe it gets up to 50 cents. Vivid, no. NBY, those keep getting higher here. 108. We'll see if that line holds. CODX, this deals with the coronavirus. We'll draw your line up here. See, this is getting higher each time. It's at 1890, 89. Could spike anywhere to 28 if you get really good news. So keep that in watch. This is CHFS, 50 cents. Really struggling here to get over this 50 cents. If it does, it could fill all the way to 80 cents. SINT, I called this one too in one of my videos. I said right over the dollar roll, and it gapped up huge. Came back down. Tried again. Now it's like fading back. So when these fade back, again, they spike, and sometimes they fade out. So we'll see on that one. ONTX, maybe over 70. Voxel's fighting this dollar. It's like 75 to 125 range. MTSL, back and forth here. You have like 2 all the way to like 120 to 2 range. CLSN, this is 350. And I will support, this is a nice hammer candle. Look at that candle. That was a very good candle on Thursday. Has potential to keep going up. We'll watch. Oversold, see this? Very oversold there. OGI, oversold, it's my bounce. This one is really fading. This was a disappointing stock. DSTM, I said a very broadening wedge here. Came down, thought this was going to spike up again right here. Didn't move much. So really don't like that chart. DKYI over 1. Look at this. 1 came back. Huge move here. Huge tail was put in. And came back down. Huge spike. That's why I call these low float spikers. A lot of them, that's what they do. They'll spike up and come back down. Did this, came back down. So this area is the one area has trouble with. Excuse me, 75 cents. Keeps doing this, so you're getting good action here. So watch that. ZYNA, this faded. Big gap down 350. Maybe this fills the gap here. To watch. MIT is really fading. This was high as 140 down to 43 cents. A spike, any kind of good spike, this could get like 70 cents plus. INUV, very oversold. 50 cents is your support, and we might break up to test that dollar again. FLDN, maybe it's guessing at 550. NLTX, not really interested in that. Pixie. Pixie's a mess of a chart. Maybe this goes over 6. ATHX, you have resistance about 325. Here's check. You have a big gap here. I remember I called this. I love this gap fill. Did right here, tried, and then came back. It's stuck in this channel. You'll probably get some weird news or something that's really spike up. It'll just crush $1. TORC. This is a massive gap here. That 231. It's been getting higher since May, so watch the break at 250. YBR 150 came all the way down from 350. This is really forming a very tight wedge here. This might just spike up hard. Good volume. QLGN just tried to move past like 7+, good volume, and then fade it right down Thursday. So it's a pretty ugly chart still. Penny stock, no interest. TTXR 122. This might come back and test that 150 level. Computer's frozen here. NCTY, very gappy and not gappy, spiky. I hate charts like that. This is a constant day after day. ACHV, hugging 40 cents, maybe test 50 cents. NK, this has made a strong move from 3 all the way up to 12. Tyball 1320 MA, so this could pull back. I would watch hard on that. You could do it any day. Sends, no interest. APT, this is a former spiker in March. 20 here. That would be my watch for break at 20 if we can get up there again. No interest in that. TRVN, 60 cents. Kind of cross here, so it's coming back, but it did hold 150, so that will be my support. SFET, it's been getting higher here, 175. Maybe watch for if it can break 2. ITRM, 119, big gap to fill, but it's not looking good right now. It's like fading down. Kern, this is in a massive symmetrical triangle, more of a descending, big gap here. It's been slowly grinding up. 217 right now. We'll see if it can maintain or break this. Apex, this had a move on, this is Tuesday, and then it didn't hold. See this, the volume just faded off. So it has to stay over, I would say, this line. Let me draw it here. So that's about, what's that, 60 cents? AIKI, spiker really tight here. So this could spike at any moment. Over 1, it'll probably spike easy. No interest in that. It's like 8 cents. Taking that out. LIT, 65. Watch for the test of 80+. ZN, no interest in that. AIM. This is a big triangle here. Looks like a symmetrical, or more ascending, excuse me. It's going up, the low's getting up, but it has to get above 350. And ETE. This has been staying above 888. And I would watch for, really, it could go as low as 650. It's far away right there. EGLY. Huge spike up to 7, came all the way back to 250. Now it's holding about 330. You draw a line here. So it's broke out of this pulling wedge. Let's see if it can get above 350 though. LPCN, this has been really strong. We had a huge gap here. and then a nice triangle, broke up, came back a little bit, still going. This is a steady climb. Watch for maybe 150 plus. LCTX falling 79 cents. Really oversold. It could spike back up. Nara, no interest in that really. Volt. Gold has been in a tight channel, broke up, came back to 6. Went all the way up to 12 and came back. So this is putting in nice lower highs right here. AGRX needs to break 3. JAGX, no interest. This is a spiker, ARTO. Watch for 175 break maybe. RLGY. This was a good ascending triangle right here. See right here, it gets tight. Always buy to the right on a triangle. See this is tight right here, and then it broke up. Yeah, still holding at 7 level. GRRX, no. OCX, no. NTMB, sort of fading here. DLPH, this was a nice wedge it came out of here, so watch this to get over 15 plus. DRVB, this has been a nice V-shaped recovery on that. It's at 14 now. If this holds, it could come back up, maybe test 17, 18. Seed, no interest. Could maybe test 10. Season. This went all the way up from April 110, faded back 80 cents. You don't want it to fall too far down. YCBD. This was at 2. So 2's the break here. Just draw your line. If it breaks that, it's looking strong. CBM, no. OTLK, very choppy. Maybe if 120 holds, it can come back up. Jen, this was as high as 130. Faded to 64 cents. It might double bottom here, 60 cents. CPSH, excuse me, so dry. This is at 2. Spiked up many times at 240. TBLT, no, it's terrible. VVPR coming out of this massive falling wedge, putting huge spikes. Showing it wants to go higher, but it keeps getting knocked down. So 125 holds, going to keep spiking there. TFFN, put in a cross here. Maybe this holds and we come back up. ACST. Now this was in a triangle. It's had a big open gap. And it looked like, look at this candle here. Like, oh, we're going to break up. And it totally was a fake out. Went back down. Formed a cross here at the bottom of the pattern. It's starting to come up here. So maybe this comes back up now and has a ride up. LNFA. Had a spike here. Draw the sign of 2 lines important. And it's got right here in this channel. Watch for like 125 to 2. TTX 150 needs to hold. My computer froze here. Gene's trying to break 240 near 250. We'll see what happens there. ICPT just had a massive gap down. This is a higher price stock. This was almost 80, dropped to 47. This is pharmaceuticals. I'm not sure what they do exactly, but I will keep that on watch. This is a big gap. And NDM's holding to, let's see if this slides back up. MYSZ, $1. $1 holds here. We could spike back to 152. TLRB, 125. It's like range 175 to 1 range. ELTK has had 1.1 million. This is another spiker right here. This has spiked many times since June of last year. Looks like this line too is important, 5, and then it fades back down. This can keep going, and it could go up to 5, 6, 9. Who knows? So watch that because it had really good volume compared to normal other days. No interest in that. APDN, this spiked all the way up to 16, came back to 7. So if this holds, this could spike up again. No interest. A lot of these stocks are, excuse me, real bad. This has been a nice steady uptrend, so as long as that continues, that's good. POAI, 175, faded back to 146. This is very oversold now. This could just spike back up. No interest in that. Yeah, for these stocks, no real interest. TUM, SLNO, big gap here, 175. This could fill. If this gets over 225, some sort of news, it could fill this gap nicely. Zava, another huge gap. Tried to spike, great volume here, and then it's faded. It wasn't ready to go, and now we're in here. Looks like it do one of these, another fake right here. You have a nice line, but it fakes out and goes down, and eventually going to spike up back up later, but we'll see. No interest in that. No interest. OPGN 2. Maybe this gets to 225 plus. Trill. This has been on a great run. As long as this line holds here, this trend line, it still looks good. EVOC, this really held 325, had that spike before. This could come back up. Maybe you don't want to test that. It wants to spike again. No interest. No interest. Looking for some good charts here. EMAN, 86 cents. The low is getting higher. This can come back up again. See this? It did this. Maybe it does this, and we go that high to 150. These are like lower volume now. Or COVID, KNF. Most of these are total junk. That looks like it's good for now. Lake's an own spiker. You go all the way down my list, and these are like the graveyard. This is totally flat. SYNE. I'm not sure if they delisted it. I have to check all these. Another one. This is done. That's done. That's done. So this is what happens in penny stock land. These stocks just are terrible, and they go to fade out to penny land. All right, so that's it for now. There's penny stocks anywhere from like 25 cents to $1 plus. They're great for day trading. They can spike up anywhere from like dollars to, well, cents to $3, $4, $5, $10. We've seen it before. So they're great. Now remember, pre-market, they move a lot. Pre-market. Like just take an example. You can't see this stock. Let me just take an example here. So just say this was pre-market. They do a lot of this, very fast moves, and then it fade out. Sometimes if it's strong all day, it'll do this, keep going. They'll make moves like $5, $6, $10. So you want to capitalize on that. So that's it for now. Have a good weekend, 4th of July, stay safe. It's very hot on the East Coast. So enjoy, and we'll be back Monday for a new video, and hopefully we make some money, and we all do. That's it. Please subscribe and like the channel. Peace.